my gun was in my hand, and next thing I'm shooting, and I can't stop. I'm just shooting, and I'm even startled. It's like I'm watching it happen. I'm like I'm in the passenger seat of my own body. I can't stop it. I hear Anna screaming and crying. And I don't even remember shooting Anna. I just remember running back to the front door, and I grabbed the door handle, and then it hit me. I'm like, did that just happen?
A rising TikTok star on trial for double murder.
What can I get you? Hey, handsome. What you call me? Sorry, man. I'll have a venti dolce caramel macchiato with no ice. What the is wrong with this guy, man? You kidding me or what?
Ali Abulaban, who went by the username GenKid, faces 2 counts of first-degree murder for the 2021 shooting deaths of his estranged wife Anna and her friend Rayburn Barron.
1 second. The gun was already out. He saw Anna and Ray on the couch, and he fired the first shot. And you'll hear Ray, oh. The defendant continues walking towards them, racks the gun again, and fires 4 more shots. And then he stands in front of Anna, and she screams, and he fires 1 shot into her head. Instantly kills them both.
According to prosecutors, Ali was jealous, controlling, and violent throughout his relationship with Anna. During opening statements, the prosecution came out swinging by playing a Ring camera video that captures the sounds of gunshots ringing out 6 separate times. The state says prior to the murders, Ali made disturbing Google searches, including decapitated heads, chopped up bodies, and how to plan a listening device. At the time of the murders, Ali and Anna were separated. Ali was living in a hotel, and Anna was living in their once shared luxury high-rise apartment in San Diego, California. The state says Ali calculated the brutal execution-style killings in a jealous rage after he installed a listening app into his young daughter's iPad and caught Anna speaking with Rayburn.
So the morning of the murders, October 21st, he puts this plan into action. At 8:40, Anna took Amir to school. You'll see all of this on surveillance video. 9:12 a.m., the defendant came to the Spire complex. He entered through the lobby of one of the buildings. He went up to the 35th floor and used his key card that he had copied, that he didn't return when he moved out, like he had said. He kept it to spy on his wife. So he enters the apartment, and Anna's not there. And the defendant's pissed. He calls her. He messages her. Where are you? You're not home. You're cheating on me. She's not with him anymore. She can do whatever she wants. She was moving on. But he wouldn't let her. So what does he do? He trashes the apartment. He throws a pumpkin on the ground. He throws flowers on the ground. He takes Anna's clothing and throws it down the trash chute. He throws clothing all over the office. And he records this on his phone. Right? Then he leaves the apartment. He engages in a conversation with Anna, which you'll hear. Where are you? Where are you? You're cheating on me. Again, still trying to control her, even though she had left him. He left the building around 9:50. And at 2 o'clock, Anna and Ray came back to the apartment. They were sitting on a couch, they were drinking wine and talking. And Anna saw the trashed apartment, took some pictures, sent it to her friend Julia. And the defendant, before he left, put that Discord application on his daughter's iPad. And he put the iPad on a charger behind the master bed in the bedroom. So it was hiding, so Anna couldn't see it. And the defendant put a Discord application on his cell phone so that he could hear live conversations from the apartment. So the defendant heard Anna with another man. Oh, now I finally caught her. And what does he do? He gets into his car, into his black Jeep, and he drives to the Spire complex with a loaded gun and over 100 rounds of ammunition.
Prosecutors say after Ali shot Anna and Rayburn, he took photos of their dead bodies, sent the photos to his mom, called her after the murders, and fled the apartment. Ali then called 911 saying Anna and Rayburn were shot, picked up his daughter from school, admitting to the young girl he killed Anna before eventually getting pulled over by police and arrested. During the defense openings, Ali's defense didn't deny he shot and killed his estranged wife and Rayburn Barron, and seemingly blamed Anna, as Ali's defense claimed he was driven to the brink by their on-again, off-again relationship.
For the months leading up to October 21st, Anna and Ali were caught in a harsh and heartbreaking cycle of arguments and fights, where Anna would push Ali away, bring him back, claim they were over, threaten him, attempt to turn his own family against him, and then suddenly re-engage him with affection and encouragement. And it was building. Anna knew Ali well. She knew exactly what to say and how to say it to cut him directly to the bone. She knew his underlying vulnerabilities, his insecurities about his mental illness, his drug addiction, and his own chaotic upbringing. She used these and she weaponized them against him. And at the same time, Anna deflected her own bad behaviors, her drug use, her jealousy, her cheating, as she deceived her friends, her family, and her husband. Understanding what was going on in Ali's mind on October 21st, 2021, and how he reacted to Anna's confusing games is crucial to reaching the right verdict in this case. Ali and Anna had their fair share of ups and downs, as all marriages do, but the level of toxicity and dysfunction in this relationship leading up to the months of October 21st was too much for Ali to bear. In addition, there was a perfect storm brewing in Ali's mind and in his heart. Symptoms of undiagnosed and untreated bipolar disorder, a raging cocaine addiction, and childhood trauma that had taught him aggressive and abusive ways of operating in relationships.
During the prosecution's case, the state called Anna's friends who testified Ali was controlling and abusive toward Anna, saying she was in fear for her life. When the state called former homicide detective with San Diego PD Ricardo Escalante to the stand, who analyzed cell phone data in the case, the state introduced dozens of text and audio messages leading up to the murders that Escalante called vile and disparaging toward Anna. At one point, Ali even laughed at the defense table while the recordings were being played.
Your little girlfriends wish they had a guy like me. They wish they had a guy like me. They don't even have fathers for their kids. Even Julia said, "You're such a good person to my daughter. I am the best man you ever met, and you're the dumbest I ever devoted my life to. You are the dumbest we never had a kid together because of how stupid you are. You put Julia and her kid before our own daughter. You put Claire, you put everybody, you put that tranny before our own daughter. You put her before your husband. You are so you dumb. You're choosing sides with people who don't get too about you. They will not be there for you. Enjoy your little bar boyfriends. Enjoy your little JD Wyman. Enjoy your little exes. Oh, you're my woman. I brought you to this guy. You should be sucking my, kissing my feet. Grateful.
Despite laughing initially, Ali later asked his attorneys to turn off the recordings.
Who the f*** do you think you are? I'm a f***ing god. I'm a sexy motherfucker. I'm a f***ing celebrity. You think you have the right to f***ing deny me sex for a month? Why the f*** do I need you? You never gave me an orgasm. Shut the f*** up. Every time I f***ing squirt out lotion, you dumb idiot. It's disgusting anyways. Your tattoos are I hate looking at those goddamn on your back. How to get those tattoos? I hate the tree on your stomach. All of that. And I want you to think of me every time you see that scar on your stomach.
After the state rested their case and the case turned over to the defense, Ali's attorneys called his mother to the stand. Dala Wara testified she had Ali at a young age, around 15 years old. Ali was the oldest of 3 children and said her son had a troubled and abusive childhood.
When you say it was stressful, was it stressful for you as well?
Yes, I always had to hide stuff from from Ali's dad, just because he would get angry. If he would get in trouble, or the teacher would call him, or I would deal with everything. I was taking on the stress.
So during those times when Ali was in trouble and getting in trouble at school, you were hiding or trying to hide those things from Nasser?
Yes.
Okay, why?
So I was afraid he's going to punish him.
And what type of punishment would Nasser give Ali?
I mean, he would discipline him in the way he knows how to, or not abuse him, but discipline him, or put him in his room, or take away his his games. What is that called?
Like some sort of gaming device?
Yeah, we would take away stuff away from him.
Okay. And there were times that Nasser physically disciplined Ali, right?
Yes.
Can you describe what that would be like?
Just grabbing him and hitting him on the butt.
How old was he when he was grabbing him and hitting him on the butt?
I mean, around 10.
When you describe that when Ali would do bad things and you would hide them from Nasser, the reason you did that is because you were, why? Why did you do that?
I was afraid of him.
Of Nasser?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
Why were you afraid of him?
Just like I said, he was very temperamental. He would get angry quick at anything.
And there were times, Ms. Wara, in this home environment where Nasser was abusive to you, right?
Yes.
Physically?
Yes.
Verbally?
Yes, more verbally than physically.
And the children in the home witnessed this, is that right?
Yes.
And Ali was one of those children who saw the abuse.
Yes.
And this started early in your relationship with Nasser?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Wara said at 14 years old, Ali was diagnosed with ADHD. She described him as a rebellious teen who often skipped class and ended up graduating from an alternative school. After going to college for a semester, Wara said her son joined the Air Force, later meeting Anna at a base in Japan where he was stationed overseas. Ali would eventually be dishonorably discharged from the military. So the couple and their daughter moved from overseas to Virginia to live with her.
During this time period, did you know that Ali's online persona, Jinn Kid, was growing in popularity?
It was like the tip of it, yeah. Yes.
And was Anna a part of helping Ali grow that?
Absolutely.
As far as you remember, in what way did Anna help Ali?
I mean, she recorded everything. Yeah.
So he was provided the content and she recorded it?
Yes.
And was that something that they liked to do together, sort of in their...
Oh, they enjoyed it so much.
At any point during this time, were you aware of Anna becoming jealous over seeing women on Ali's Instagram account? I've
honest personally never seen it, no, or heard of it.
Once the couple eventually moved to San Diego, she said they continued to have difficulty in their marriage and later found out Ali was struggling with drug abuse. On the day of the fatal shootings, Wara recalled Ali calling her and telling her he had shot and killed Anna and Rayburn, sending her a gruesome photo of the murders after the fact.
In the months leading up to the incident, at some point you were aware that, or were you aware that Anna was maybe staying with friends, they were kind of in and out of the apartment?
Yes.
And then on October 21st, you received a phone call from Ali, is that right?
Yes.
And he called you after the shooting happened, is that correct?
Yes.
Do you recall talking to him on the phone?
I just recall saying, that's not funny. That's not funny, Ali. Don't say that. That's not funny. And then I received the picture. I looked and I deleted it right away. And I hung up the phone and I literally fell on the ground.
When you say you were telling him that's not funny, was that in response to him telling you what had happened?
Yeah, before he sent the picture.
When you say the picture, are you referring to a photo of Anna and Rayburn Barron on the couch?
Yes. I immediately deleted it.
After you were on the phone with Ali when he told you what had happened, did you talk to him again after he sent you the picture?
I only recall telling him, "Where's Amira? Where's Amira? Please leave Amira at school. Don't pick her up," because I was afraid if he picked her up, he would drive crazy and something would happen. And I believe he said, "No, Mom, I called the cops on myself." So, I'm gonna. He called the cops on himself. So I guess he was gonna wait at the school until they got him. I don't recall. It was just, it was terrible. My main concern was my grandbaby. Where's my grandbaby?
At some point, do you recall exchanging text messages with Ali about maybe meeting somewhere to pick Amira up or collect Amira from Ali?
Probably, yes, maybe.
And then eventually you came to San Diego. Is that correct?
Yes.
And you drove here from Las Vegas?
Yes.
The same day, on October 21st?
Yes.
When you got to you went to the police station?
Yes, it was dark, closed. I don't know what. We were trying to find a way in. There was no way in. It was just a dark police station.
On the whole drive, after having this conversation with Ali, trying to figure out where Amira was, what was going to happen with her, and then driving from Las Vegas here and arriving at the police station, can you tell us sort of what was going on in your mind?
Objection, relevance.
Go ahead, you can answer.
What was I was in disbelief. I was like, is this real? Is this a nightmare? I mean, one time I was like hitting myself and crying. I'm like, what's happening here? And I was hysterical, but where's Amira? Is Amira by herself? Is she afraid? Are they going to take her? I mean, she's a child. So a million things were going through my head. I just want to get to Amira. That's all.
During a heated cross-examination, Ali's mother was seemingly caught off guard as to why her son was discharged from the military and what was happening behind closed doors in Ali and Anna's relationship.
You first started knowing about Anna and the defendant when he was living in Japan, right?
Yes.
Right? Did the defendant ever tell you that he was violent with Anna in Japan?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. You know that the defendant was discharged from the Air Force due to a domestic violence incident, right? Or did the defendant not tell you those details?
No, I knew he was discharged, but he was discharged because drinking a lot and going out and stuff.
Okay, but so the defendant did not tell you that part of the reason he was discharged from the Air Force was because he punched Anna in the face. He didn't tell you that, right?
I don't recall.
But you don't know that information, right?
No.
And the defendant never told you about the controlling way in which he treated Anna starting in Japan, right?
No, he was in love.
Okay. But he didn't tell you about how he treated Anna, right?
No.
Right? He didn't tell you that he would tell Anna what to wear, right?
No, he loved Anna, whatever she wore.
But the defendant didn't tell you that he would demand to know where she was at all times, right?
No.
Right? The defendant didn't tell you that he would tell Anna who she could talk to or who she couldn't talk to, right?
No.
Right, so you weren't aware of the full goings-on in their marriage, right?
I wasn't aware, but I also don't believe it because I know how they were together.
Okay, but you didn't read the police report from the Air Force, right?
No.
Right, and so the defendant obviously didn't tell you that not only did he punch Anna during that incident, but he swung at other individuals too, right? He never gave you that information?
No.
Okay. And were you aware that Anna called 911 to report the defendant being violent?
I was aware she called several times and then canceled the call.
No, but she reported a call about the defendant being violent and the police responded to the home.
I'm aware she called several times. I don't know if the actual police came to the home, but I know she shunned them away when they came in, or they came.
Again, that's information the defendant told you, right?
Huh?
That's information the defendant told you?
No.
Right?
We were on FaceTime several times.
But you're not aware, you have no personal knowledge about the number of times that Anna actually called 911, right?
No.
Right. So you're getting that information from the defendant?
I don't think so. I'm getting it from Anna because I told Anna if this is seriously happening, get the cops. Call the cops, have him arrested.
And so, but Anna did that. On this occasion, on September 8th.
She had him arrested?
No, she called 911. She
Okay.
gave a statement to the police. I want to know, were you aware of that?
Probably. I was several, I mean, maybe.
Did you see a TikTok post that your son made on this same date, September 9th, where he was berating Anna, calling her a bitch for calling
No,
911?
never.
You didn't see that?
No, I don't think so.
But you're aware that it was the defendant made that post, right?
I was aware, yes.
Now, did the defendant tell you that he has punched Anna on other occasions?
She's hit him too.
Okay, objection, non-responsive, move to strike. What I'm asking you is, did the defendant tell you that he has punched Anna on a number of occasions?
Punch, not the word punch, no.
Right. What did the defendant tell you he physically has done
They
to
physically
Anna?
hurt each other. That's
Right.
what I know because he called me one time all scratched up and
Right.
bleeding.
What objection, non-responsive, move to strike. I'm asking you, I know you're trying to protect your son, but I need you to be truthful with
I
answering
am.
my
I'm being
questions.
very truthful.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Did the defendant tell you that he has punched and hit Anna on a number of occasions?
Not punched. Hit, yes, but not punched.
So he has told you he has hit Anna on a number of occasions?
Yes, but she's also has hit him too.
I just want to take a really quick break from this shocking trial. I mean, look, as you've just seen, it's so important to know who you're surrounding yourself with. That's where the sponsor of this story, truthfinder.com, comes in. If you don't know, Truthfinder is one of the largest public record search services, not just across the US, but the world. And their goal is super simple, to help people like you and me learn the truth about the people in our very lives. So here's how it works. You go onto their website, truthfinder.com, and say, for instance, you have a date or a new friend you just met is acting kind of sus. You can type in their name, and within minutes, you can get access to reports that includes info like numbers, addresses, associates, but also any previous arrests and criminal convictions. And if you think about typing my name into that search, it goes without saying, but my Truthfinder record is sparkling clean. I mean, imagine not having this information at your fingertips. You meet someone in real life, not realizing all the skeletons they have in their closet. So right now, Law and Crime viewers can get 50% off confidential background reports at truthfinder.com/LCnews and access information about almost anyone. Again, that's truthfinder.com/LCnews for 50% off your first month. Now back to the story. When the state questioned Wara about the day of the shootings, the prosecutor accused Wara of holding back information.
You were at least aware that, or you believed that the defendant was telling you the truth, that he shot and killed Anna because you told him get her help, right?
Honestly, I don't remember. If you have the recording, I'll hear it, but I don't remember.
I do. Would that help you?
I probably did, but I don't remember. I believed him when he sent me the picture.
Okay.
That's when I believed it, and I deleted it right away. I don't want to see that.
So, yeah, you got the photograph at like 3:09 p.m., right? So a couple minutes after that phone call?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when you got the photograph, you knew that the defendant was telling you what he did,
I probably did
right?
say get her help. I probably did. I mean, like I said, it was all a shock.
Now, you didn't yourself call 911 to report what the defendant told you, right?
No, because he said he already called.
Okay. But you didn't make the call yourself, right?
No.
And after this phone call with the defendant, he called you a couple more times, right? Before he was arrested, right?
So, yes.
You engaged
Either call or text.
you engaged in multiple phone conversations with the defendant, right? While he was in the car picking up Amira, and while she was in the car, right?
While Amira was in the car?
Correct.
No, I didn't know Amira. I didn't hear Amira was in the car until my ex called me and said they picked him up and Amira's in the car.
Right. But
I believe Amira wasn't in the car.
But you had a couple of phone conversations with the defendant after that first call at 3:02.
Yes.
You had a couple more
Yes.
where you were both discussing the pickup of Amira, right?
I believe I told him don't pick her up, leave her there,
Okay.
because I didn't want him to pick her up and drive crazy and something would happen to them.
You were aware, though, based on the text messages that he sent you, that he was picking Amira up, and he had her with him, right?
Yes, and I told him just leave her there. I'll grab her.
Right. But he told you, no, I'm picking her up, right?
Yes. Yes.
And then he told you that he had her in the car, right?
No, he said, Mom, Amira's with me in the car, and the cops are here. They're taking me.
Right.
That's it.
Right. But you engaged in multiple text messages,
Yes.
right,
I believe so.
with the defendant.
I believe so.
So you're starting to drive down from Las Vegas, right? And the defendant is telling you, asking you like where he should meet you with the mirror, right?
No, the last call I got is when the cops are right there.
I'm talking about text messages. You engaged in, there was a series of text messages between you and the defendant.
Yeah, while I was still in my apartment. I didn't leave yet.
Right. That was in the 3 o'clock range before he was arrested.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And the defendant told you that he can't hide with a mirror forever, right?
No, he never said he was going to hide. No way.
Okay.
Maybe he did. I don't recall that. He called the cops on himself.
But what I'm asking is the text messages, and I can show
I don't
them.
remember. That was almost 3 years ago. Show me. I don't remember. I don't remember. That's fine. I don't have a problem looking at it. I don't remember.
Oh, there's over there.
He never said he was going to hide. Come on. Sorry. How's he going to hide when he called the cops on himself?
And so you recognize these as text messages sent between you and the defendant on October 21st, 2021, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. And the defendant specifically told you when you were arranging a place to meet, Mom, that's going to take too long. I can't hide with a mirror forever, right? He told you that?
If it's there, yes.
Okay. And then you continued to discuss a meeting place, and the defendant text messaged you, why can't I drive to you? I want to leave, right? He said that? Correct?
Yes, yes,
And then you said, meet us somewhere in LA. It's 3.5 hours from us.
yes.
Correct? Okay. And then you continued having a conversation with the defendant over text message until he stopped responding, right?
Yes,
Then you learned that he was arrested, and that's why he stopped responding, right?
yes.
Ali himself would later take the stand in his own defense. Under direct examination by his defense attorneys, which spanned 2 days, Ali testified about his abusive childhood, his discharge from the military, which he says was voluntary to avoid going to a court-martial, and the beginning of his relationship with Anna from when they began dating to the brutal murders. While on the stand, he admitted to assaulting Anna on different occasions prior to the gruesome murders, but said the two always seemingly made up after their vicious blow-ups.
What were you understanding from the way that this evening ended?
That we could finally get past the petty behavior the toxic behavior that we've been displaying with each other, and to pick back up and continue.
You say petty behavior, but there was more to it than that, right? The way you had treated her?
It was a combination. I was misunderstanding some of her actions, like leaving the house. Anna wouldn't show her emotions a lot. That's why I would say things like in that transcript, I'm like, you don't have to be so strong all the time, just let it out. A lot of the hurtful things that I said was because I was trying to get a reaction. I wanted some indication that my words or my feelings mattered to her, but she was very good at making me feel like I didn't matter to her.
When you would have these conversations and they would keep escalating and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they would result in, the 2 times on September 8th and September 11th that you ended up touching her physically, pushing her and pushing her over and pushing her into the fridge. Those were things that were clearly upsetting to her.
Of course. And I wasn't realizing it. I mean, obviously I know it's bad. But in my state of mind, my coke state of mind, I wasn't understanding the impact it had on her, because her instinct was to get up and run off with Julia for God knows how long, or Claire, and I wasn't seeing whether or not she was crying. In my mind, she's out partying, like as if nothing happened. But this was the first time where she's telling me, you hurt me, I need time to heal. These are things that I thought she wasn't feeling, because she was so good at masking these emotions. And that's why we say these triggering things to each other, because I'm trying to let her know that when she's away for all these days, it hurts me too, because I feel like I can't recover, or I can't make any attempt to fix what, you see what I'm saying? I was just misreading a lot of things.
And when she's telling you that you hurt her in reference to things that you've said to her and things that you've done to her,
She said this to you on 9/21, and as the evening went on, she forgave you and moved on with you.
Yeah, the next morning she was super cheerful. We were joking again. It felt like a dream come true. I mean, we were like the Anna I knew, you know.
On day 2 of Ali's testimony, while still under direct, Ali testified he became jealous and paranoid about Anna cheating on him. So he took his daughter's iPad to spy on his wife.
So the way that video ends, like you said, with your voice being very ramped up and agitated, that's what led into the throwing away of her belongings and damaging the apartment.
Right. At that point, I had been, like I said, I was set off. I was triggered. I was explosive. At that point, I'm just acting on impulse and rummaging, and I'm throwing away her shoes. I'm throwing away her bikinis and stuff like that.
After that, did you at some point calm down?
I did. So what happened was I started to feel severe exhaustion. I felt so completely drained mentally and physically. I didn't know what to do at this point. I'm like, okay, I think she's cheating on me. Should I stay and wait and see if maybe she'll come in with the guy, or no, I'm too tired for that. I need to go to sleep. I have to go to sleep. I have not slept. So that's what I decided, that I'm going to go back to the hotel. But I also realized that, you know what, this moment is the most that I felt that this is actually, that my suspicions are actually real. I didn't want to lose this opportunity to catch it. So in that moment, I saw my daughter's iPad on the table, and like a stupid idea that just right on the spot, Discord. I thought about Discord, which is a platform. Do you want me to describe that platform, or just keep going to what happened?
I'll ask you a question about it. It's
Okay.
a platform that can be used to live stream something happening, right?
It's a community server for like people to join a community on things that they like, and they can make voice chats and voice channels, and they can stream video games or stream their computer. It's like a chat room with voice and audio.
And this was something that was already downloaded back in 2018 on your daughter's iPad.
Correct, and on my phone and on my computer, because I managed a community of 2,000 members for the Gin Kid community.
And so when you said you saw your daughter's iPad and then had the idea in the moment of trying to catch what was happening, what did you do?
I opened up the Discord app on my daughter's iPad. That was a separate account. So I had him join the open voice channel. It wasn't a call. It's not something you can hang up. It's just a voice chat channel. And any user who hops into this voice chat channel, by default, their microphone is turned on, unless you hit the mute button. So it's just for places for people, as many as they want, to communicate. So the iPad joined in the channel, and then I joined it with my phone.
Ali admitted to having a gun on him when he trashed Anna's apartment and set up the iPad to listen in. Once he heard Anna with another man, he admitted to speeding back to her apartment while high on cocaine in hopes of catching her with another man.
I heard that they were making fun of me. He was like, did Ali make this mess? I didn't know who he was. He's like, did Ali make this mess? She says, yeah, and he bought me these cheap flowers. Let me just tell you, when you hear your wife talk shit about you to an undisclosed man, that is fucking painful. And this is while I'm driving 90 miles an hour, already like freaking out. But then what happened was the voices stopped. Suddenly there was silence. And I'm like, what? Why don't I hear anything? Why'd they stop talking? Next I start hearing R&B music playing.
Let me stop you there. As you were driving over there, you were texting with this friend, Sammy, who you had planned to go and see later that same day. Is that right?
Yeah, I texted him that there's a man in my house.
And you told him not to contact Anna. Do you remember telling him that?
Yes.
Why did you tell him that?
I had asked him to intervene at one point between me and Anna to see if maybe he could be the middleman of reconciling us. So I knew he had her number. My intention was, when I had told him that there's a man in my house, I was concerned that he was going to tell Anna, thus giving her a heads up, and then she was just going to have the guy leave. So then I would be at square one again.
So you had your gun on you the whole time, but the
Yes.
first time you ran, and then the second time you came back.
Yes.
We saw on the surveillance footage that you seemed to be like adjusting your belt or your pants or something? What was going on there?
So this had been the first time that I'd ever carried concealed in a full sprint, meaning I'm running. I had never run with my gun on me before, so I did not know that the weight of the gun was yanking my pants, and I was concerned that it was going to fall out and somebody was going to see it. So in that moment, I was just adjusting, tightening my belt to better secure it.
Okay. You used the security key or the key card to go inside the gated area of the complex, and then you took the elevator up. Do you remember that?
Correct.
At this time, are you starting to feel the effects of those 4 bumps that you did before you left your hotel?
And the ones that I did while I was driving too.
Okay, so let me ask you that. So in addition to doing the ones in the car, in the hotel, did you also use in the car?
Yeah, I was not even taking bumps at that point. I was just taking the bag and literally double nostriling it. Like I was freaking out, and this is probably the most coke I've ever done in a single moment.
When you got off the elevator, what happened next?
As you can see, I was in a hurry to get in there. I didn't even wait for the door to open. I was running. I used my key card. The only thing I had in my hand was my key card. I opened the door. I barged in. I was immediately startled. I stopped right in my tracks like a deer in the headlights. They weren't in the bedroom. They weren't having sex. They're right there, cuddling on the couch.
When you saw them, did they recognize or see you?
Well, at first, I saw Anna. I couldn't see who the man was because she was kind of leaning forward a little bit to see who's at the front door. So I see Anna, and then the man leans his head forward. He leans his head forward. His eyebrows arched. I immediately identify him as Ray, and he goes, like, what's up?
And for the record, you're moving your head and the chin sort of up.
Yeah.
In a motion.
Yes, nodding up.
You stated that kind of in the way of saying what's up. Did he say what's up?
No, he did his usual, like, what's up?
What happened next?
Oh my God. I didn't expect that Anna would ever do that to me. Him, of all people. I mean, she knew how I felt about him. She knew how I felt. I was trying to believe her. I was trying to believe that she wasn't cheating on me, that she would let me fix this because I was sick. I was struggling from drugs and mental illness, and I f***ed up. I f***ed up a lot, but I was trying to fix this. And when I saw that it was him, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take the f***ing betrayal. I couldn't believe that she could do that to me, to our daughter. And then before I could stop myself, I just f***ing snapped. My gun was in my hand, and next thing I'm shooting, and I can't stop. I'm just shooting, and I'm even startled. It's like I'm watching it happen. I'm in the passenger seat of my own body. I can't stop it, and I hear Anna screaming and crying. And I don't even remember shooting Anna. I just remember running back to the front door, and I grabbed the door handle, and then it hit me. I'm like, did that just happen? And I turn around, and I see Anna leaning forward, and there's blood. And I'm like, Anna. I couldn't believe I did that. I don't know. I didn't mean to do that.
Ali said he didn't remember taking the gruesome photo of Anna and Rayburn's lifeless bodies on the couch, saying he was in disbelief after the shootings. During a tense cross-examination, the prosecution immediately began to poke holes in Ali's version of events. The judge at one point even had to step in to calm both sides down.
You would try to make sure that no one saw you hurting her, right?
I did not actively try to hide anything.
And that's why you killed her and Ray inside the apartment where no one would see, right?
That's why?
no one would see what you were doing.
That is where they were located. That is not something that I had any say in.
You didn't have a say in killing Anna and Ray?
No, I'm talking about the location. Because you just asked me if I plan to kill them in the privacy of the home as if I'm hiding it.
But no one would see you.
That's what you said.
Right. You didn't plan on getting caught, right?
I didn't plan on this happening.
Anna saw you slap your mom.
No, I didn't.
Anna saw you slap your mom, right?
She did not see that.
You had it, and I can't ask her, right?
That's not fair.
Because you killed her.
That's not fair.
I'm asking.
That's so inappropriate. That's so inappropriate.
All right, first of all, I'll sustain the objections. I'll sustain that as argumentative. And everybody, question, answer. All right, that's how we proceed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Next question.
You and Anna had a conversation about the fact that you slapped your mom because she was having an affair, right?
I shoved her.
Or you shoved your mom.
I did.
So you didn't slap her, you shoved her.
No, I shoved her.
Because you were mad at her for cheating on your dad, essentially, right?
She admitted in a very vulgar way in front of my dad that she, yes. So yes,
You were mad at her, right? Because you don't like when someone is cheated on, right?
that's correct.
You left her many, many audio messages in October, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mean ones,
Yeah.
right? I played a few of those in court.
Yes.
You constantly called her a bitch, a whore.
Yes.
You did that on multiple different dates, right?
In this month?
In October, right?
Yeah. This was a very volatile month.
Right. You didn't make all those recordings on October 15th, right? There were many different dates.
Well, a lot of the ones you played were actually on the same day.
But you made a lot more recordings than that, right?
Sure.
Correct.
For different instances, yes.
And you specifically said on one of those recordings that Anna has not had sex with you in a month, right?
Okay.
So you had not had sex with her in a month, right?
Okay.
September 21st was the last time you had sex, right?
Okay.
Right?
I could be. I remember. I don't remember when the wedding was, but she did have sex with me that night.
But you're telling us that Anna would come to your house in the middle of the night in October to have sex with you, and that is a lie, right?
No, that was.
Mistakes the testimony.
Overruled. You can answer the question. Go ahead.
I had mentioned that as one time that happened, but I wasn't exactly sure when in October. But she did frequently show up to the house to do various things.
But you're testifying to that, but there's no evidence of it, right?
But just like you asked me questions that there's no evidence to, like me using racial slurs. And
So if Anna was having sex with you in October, why would you leave her messages that she wasn't having sex with you for a month?
well, in that time frame, I had a habit of exaggerating time frames. I wasn't keeping track of time frames. Like I would say this, like persist. I haven't seen my wife in 3 weeks. It could have just been a couple days. It could have just been a week. But the impact was the same.
You were telling her multiple times in those audio messages that you're not having sex with me. Why the f*** need you, right?
Right.
So she wasn't having sex with you, right?
Right.
Okay. So when you're trying to tell everyone that she's coming back to you to have sex in the middle of the night, that's not true, is it?
I was referring to one night, and that is true.
Ali even admitted to being violent with Anna in front of their daughter, blaming the incidents on his cocaine addiction.
Now, you could have stopped being violent with Anna in front of a mirror the first time it happened, right?
Not necessarily. My cocaine usage was increasing. My behavior was getting worse and worse. I was becoming more erratic, more impulsive. My condition overall was not improving at any point.
But you could have physically stopped yourself from hurting your wife, right?
I don't think I could.
No? You couldn't have gotten any treatment for domestic violence?
I could have, of course.
You could have stayed away from Anna so that you weren't violent with her?
I could have. But I wanted
You
to.
didn't do any of those things, right?
I wanted to try to work through it. I wanted to. I'm not saying I wanted her to forgive me overnight, but I'm the type of guy that doesn't like to leave problems lingering. I like to just address it and try to fix it as soon as possible.
What I'm asking you, though, is you did not get any help to stop your violence on Anna.
I tried to get help for my overall condition
But you kept being violent with her up until October 17th, right?
because my condition wasn't getting any better.
It's unclear if the former social media creator's words were enough to sway a jury, as they are slated to begin their deliberations as soon as the end of the week. If Ali Abulabon is convicted, he faces the rest of his life in prison with no chance of parole. Reporting for Law and Crime, I'm Elizabeth Milner.